Hi Dose family, welcome back to the Dose Show. I'm Dr. Robin B, and yes, you guessed it, it's just me this week on the couch, and I'm just here to talk about life after graduation. And that's why the title of this episode is Beauty, Brains, and Beyond. Stay tuned. All right, you guys, so as you may know, I just recently graduated and it's been such an amazing journey. 10 plus years of school finally coming to an end. That's a huge shock to the body, to the mind, to everything you can imagine. You know, your social life is flipped on top of his head. Everybody's wanting you to go out. It's a fun time, but it's a very overwhelming time. And I just wanted you guys to just get insight on how it feels to be done, but to be embarking on a new chapter. Even though it's a blessing, it's bittersweet because you really don't know your next steps. You have a job, but you don't know exactly in 5 years where you want to be as that pharmacist, that physical therapist, that doctor, that nurse. You really truly don't know, because this is just the beginning. It's like a college kid. You're getting out of school and now your life is beginning. And so it can be scary. It can be all those things. And for me, it's definitely my transition phase. I feel like it's that time where I'm discovering myself and what I like and what I actually want to do, because I do so much, you know? And sometimes you're just kind of like, you need to take that step back in between chapters to reevaluate. So that's how it's been for me. As soon as I graduated, I suggest that everyone does this, and that is travel. Traveling has been, it's a thing of the past now because of coronavirus, but it's something that I did all the time. It was my stress relief in school. I would pick every break that I could and travel. My spring breaks in London, the Caribbean, different things like that. And now I'm able to do that again. And I recently went to Turks and Caicos, which was insane. I know you can see that tan, okay? I just suggest you guys take a break. I know it's really easy to get into the swing of things and get into a routine of working, but even if you have that new job, ask for less hours, because not only are you done with school and you're trying to figure it out, you also are studying for that board exam. You're not truly done. So you need to take time to study. You need to take time to figure out what it is you want to do, spend time with family and friends, just get back to being yourself. And so I think it's really truly important that you take that time and don't feel guilty about it, because it's easy to. Another thing I would say is really just focus on your self-care. This is the time now. You used to let your nails go bad. You used to, not take off your makeup at night. You were up studying. There's so many things that you're able to do now. So go get that massage, go get that facial, go to dinner, treat yourself, go to the movies by yourself. And I'm not just saying just to women, I say even men, do the things that you love. If you love to just shoot at the gym by yourself, if you love to get your nails done, go get it, go get that pedicure. So I'm just letting you guys know that it's okay, that doctors are human too, okay? It's just such an exciting time in my life. And another topic that, this is hot topics. Another topic is, what outside of pharmacy, working in the clinical setting, which could be the hospital, AmCare, or in the retail setting, what other avenues and innovations can pharmacists do and offer? There's something called a CPA, which is a collaborative practice agreement. A lot of pharmacies or pharmacists can have this with prescribers or hospitals or doctors' offices where they provide consultation services. And that could be MTM, which is medication therapy management, where they actually go into a patient's profile, look at all the drugs and medications that they're taking, and actually see whether the dosages are correct, whether, the side effects are caused by certain drugs, just doing a thorough review of the medications a patient's taking. They may be taking too many, and we don't want polypharmacy. So we want to see what we can do to kind of alleviate that and actually talk to the doctor and say, hey, why don't we switch this medication to this? So this can really help save a patient's life. And so as a pharmacist, you can offer this service in a consultation basis. So that's an avenue. Another thing could be diabetes management. So a lot of patients, they're newly diagnosed with diabetes. They don't know how to test. As pharmacists, we can actually provide diagnostic testing for these patients, or screening, shall I say, with certain level of certification. But these patients really need to be educated on diabetes management and how to check their blood glucose and how to give themselves insulin and administer it properly. And so this is a thing that you can do as a pharmacist outside of the traditional setting. Another thing is hypertension management. Same thing there. A lot of patients don't understand, why their numbers are the way they are. They need a blood pressure monitor. They need different things, and they'll understand how the medications that they're on work so that they achieve the lowering of their blood pressure. Oh, and let me tell you a story. So on my last rotation in school, I actually did a rotation in an ambulatory care setting, and I absolutely loved it. Am care is by far my favorite pharmacy field. So I enjoyed it because you are like the liaison between the hospital and the patient going home. A lot of times there's a lot of disconnect there. When the patient's in the hospital, they're on all these medications and the nurses are giving it to them at scheduled times. And they've been there for months, and they literally are so used to someone giving them the medications. They don't know what it is. They just take it and they don't know how it works. So what that pharmacist does is that they do a medication therapy management on the patient. And so they look at what the patient's getting in the hospital, they go to the bedside, and they actually counsel the patient right then and there before they go home and deliver their medications. That was so genius. I love that service. So if you have an outpatient pharmacy, an independent pharmacy that is in contract with a hospital, you can actually go in there and teach the patients about how to use their medications at home to avoid them being readmitted into the hospital. So that's amazing. I'm just trying to educate you guys on different things that you can do in pharmacy, and of course, social media. Start a podcast. You can educate people through edutainment. You guys see me dancing on the gram with facts all over, and that's something that's actually teaching the public about their health. So you guys, life after school is not the end of the world. Starting your job is not the end of the world. This is the beginning of such a great new chapter, and I want you guys to stay positive, stay motivated, and keep going. Thanks for watching this episode of The Dose Show. Subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you next week.